Hello again. Welcome to Star Sister Oracle. My name is Miss Shay. Thank you so much for being here. If the title of this video called to you, amazing. My intention here is to have a conversation with you guys about resistance and ease and how embracing the all in life brings us back to our power, right? Let me turn this down a little bit. How embracing grief and love, how embracing resistance and ease, how embracing solitude and community, embracing all of it, right? The good and the bad, the happy and the sad, embracing all bits of it reminds us, redirects us, realigns us, reunites us to our power, right? When we can enjoy the process of it all, we are reminded of our power. So I wanted to, was shuffling some cards, was asking Spirit what we wanted to talk about today. I guess this little segment is going to be called like Topical Tarot, or I don't know, just Conversations with Spirit, because sometimes I don't always want to read for the collective. Sometimes this is reading for the collective. Sometimes I don't want to read just because of a certain week or something. Sometimes I just want to talk about a topic with you guys, and they're topics that we all deal with every day, right? Excuse me. And it's something that I want to get out to you guys because I've always wanted to start a podcast. And I just thought that this might be a really beautiful way to turn on a little bit of light. This might be a beautiful way to kind of combine that, my love of podcasts and my love of divining and reading and chatting with Spirit. They're both something that I do every day. And I love to storytell and I love to connect, and I know that my purpose here is to realign people with their power, right? That's definitely part of my mission here. That's what tarot does anyway, right? Like it just helps you get in touch with the energies that are already present. It helps you deal with the circumstances that already are. A lot of times people say when they do tarot readings, it's a lot about confirmation, right? They're just like, oh, I was just confirming what I kind of already knew, right? And so when I was asking Spirit what we should be talking about together as a collective, what I got was embrace the all. And another reading that I did today got that today. So I guess it's no mistake that keeps coming out. And embracing the all, like I said, it's about embracing grief and love. It's about embracing the winters and the summers, right? I was just thinking, I have my little pathos plant over here, and I see that a leaf had fallen off. I actually see another one that's dying that I need to prune. It just fell, right? And how a reader that I go to, her name is Sister Shaman here in Chicago. Well, her name is Maria. And I'm happy to connect you guys with her, show you her Instagram. I'm sorry, these like bangs, I'm just trying to get used to them. She was telling me how, it was a beautiful like kind of rant that we were on, and she said, you are sovereign, that the earth doesn't have choice, that the moon doesn't have choice, that the stars and the sun does not have choice. My pathos plant doesn't have choice. It just has to release its dead, the things that need to fall. It just has to do it, right? It just they have to release, but because we are human beings, because we are having a human experience, we are stricken, we are sometimes binded, we are sometimes binded, we are sometimes stuck because we have choice. We get stuck in the choice. We get stuck. And so we can't just release, right? Because what we're releasing, it felt good at some time. Or it does still feel good a little bit, right? And it's hard for us to let that go no matter how much pain it's causing us, right? Three of Swords just popped its head on up. No matter how much pain it's caused us, right? Because that leaf at my pathos, like it is stopping the rest of the plant from fruitions, from full abundance, from fully thriving, right? It's dying. Like, it needed to be released because it was sucking the life out of the other parts of the plant that needed it, right? So it's like, yo, you gotta go, right? And sometimes we're not able to do that with certain types of behaviors that we have, certain relationships that we are a part of, certain organizations that we're part of. We're not able to let it go because we have choice, because we have memories, because we have ego, right? So it's much, much more difficult for us to release that. And so, but Spirit wants us to know to embrace it all. And I asked for more clarification and I got adjacent possibilities. And what that means to me is always that instead of holding on, that we need to remember, right? Instead of just looking at one door, we need to remember that there's so many other possibilities. There's a possibility there. There's a possibility ahead. There's a possibility to your right. There's a possibility that's coming to you in the form of a conversation through the offering of a friend, right? But because we are so stuck on that dying leaf, because we are so stuck on that dying, on that behavior that we know hasn't really served us thus far, or it has in the past, and we're not able, to release it, because we're not able to release it, we're unable to see all of the adjacent possibilities that are around us, that surround us, right? And then the card third chakra came out, which is all about our personal power, which is all about our emotional desire and our ability to, right? Because this is a masculine chakra, right? All the lower chakras, solar plex, sacral, and then root, sacral, solar plex, right? Those are all that masculine, right? And the masculine gets things done, right? And so we are unable to push forward. We are unable to act upon our personal desires because we are so stuck on the thing that we won't let die. Okay, I want to move into another train of thought. There was something else I was thinking about when I was thinking about this card before I started this video. Okay, 7 minutes. I was like, 27? I have not been talking for 27 minutes. Child. Ow. Throw some sage in here, Spirit. Let's clear this energy. Let the messages come clearly to me, Spirit, so that I can communicate them with the collective as they need at this time. Ashe. Let me be a clear channel right now. Spirit, what else do you want us to know about embracing the all? Right? When we embrace all of it, we return to our personal power, right? Because when we think that we are a victim to lack, when we think that we are a victim to our circumstances, we are not in a place of power, right? But when we believe that things are working for us and not to us, right? We know that saying, things are happening for you, not to you, right? When we get into that mindset, when we get into finding all of the beauty in the juxtaposition, in the duality, we are returned to our power. Where you return to your power because you're like, oh, like this is, you know what I mean? When you're not in victimhood, when you're not in a place of lack, you're in a place of power. Okay. What else do you want us to know about Embrace the All? Enough of me talking. Ooh. What else do you want us to know about embracing the all, Spirit? I'm on my coffee table right now, so that's why y'all have this weird view of me. I don't have my desk yet. All right, let's see what these three cards are saying. Oh yeah, let's do it like that. Mm-hmm. What else does Spirit want us to know about? When we fail to see all of the adjacent possibilities, we're kind of stopping the wheel, right? We're kind of like, it's like a screw is in the middle of the gear or something and it won't turn. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like it's stuck and like the wheel's trying to just turn, the screw is trying to just go, you know, the flow of life is trying to take us, but we but we won't release. We won't get out of the way. We won't let the momentum of life take us because we are holding on to something else. Show me what it looks like when we release, when we let the wheel turn, Spirit. Show me what happens when you let the wheel turn. One more. Okay. So when we let the wheel turn, we allow Spirit to come in and drop us a little something. Now this Four of Cups looks like she's not looking to get the offering, but there's other Four of Cups cards where it does look like they're in receptive mode, and I want to read this as receptive mode since I asked what will happen when we do allow, right? When we do allow, when we get in a place of quietude and solace or whatever. Maybe it's just when we're listening to a certain song, right? Spirit just comes in, poof, oh, here you go. Here's a little download. What does it look like when we just walk away from things? That we move into better waters. Six of Swords, right? When we walk away, right? Both of these people are walking away and looking towards the future. They're both walking in the same direction, which on the board is going towards the future. When you embrace loss, right? Because sometimes some of us will stay and look at these eight cups and be like, no, but look at all the work I put in. Like, look at all, like, I put in work into this relationship. I put in work at this organization. I put in work on myself, right? And now something in life is telling you, that is not really looking right. And Spirit wants you to embrace that and accept it, right? Embrace the all. The Spirit wants you to accept it. Accept that the door has closed. Accept that it's not right anymore. Embrace the fact that this isn't exactly in alignment with what you truly want. So go and get that ninth cup, right? Hey, embrace the certain doors close and that you are absolutely open and you are open to Spirit surprising you and giving you love and money and travel opportunities and joy in your heart and love in your spirit and pleasure in life, right? Trust that there are multiple channels, and I probably say this every time I do a reading, know that there are multiple channels of love, joy, and pleasure available to you, and that sometimes you have to walk away from things so that you can get that joy, love, and pleasure that Spirit wants you to have, because Spirit wants you out of tension. Spirit doesn't want you binded. Spirit wants this wheel of fortune turned around, right? Spirit wants you to know that there are abundant possibilities out there for you. Like sometimes Spirit just wants to surprise you and show you just how magnificent you are and how valid your desires are. Yeah, I'm seeing this triangle now and how I said that who wants to send you downloads, right? Which is always like the magician hat, right? Is Spirit coming to send a message and then bringing it down, right? Spirit wants to deliver to you. Spirit wants to make the unknown known, right? Spirit wants to be realized too. Spirit wants you to that's why with this I'm learning more about the Ifa religion, and whenever you kind of recognize something that you're seeing, people, when you share something that you're seeing, they say peace and light to your spirit, right? It's to recognize, hey, I see you. Your spirit is here. Like, we see your spirit. We see your higher self. We see your ancestors, right? Whoever it is that might be speaking peace and light to you, right? Like recognition. I see you. Right? And Spirit wants to, not that Spirit has an ego, right? But it's just to affirm. Sometimes I feel that we need that here on earth, right? We need to say thank you out loud. Sometimes when Spirit gives me something, I say peace and light. Okay, I see you, right? Just because gratitude allows Spirit to give you more, my God, Sister Joey said. When you say thank you, you tell Spirit, I see what you're doing. I see you. Okay, I see you. And again, not that Spirit has an ego, right? But it's to create that connection, Create that connection. Let Spirit know that you see what it's doing, that you see how it's working for you, right? Even in the littlest things, let Spirit know that you see it. In any way you choose, you can say peace and light, you can say thank you can say gratitude, whatever. Just sometimes let Spirit know that you see how it's working for you. Accept that cup. When you accept that a chapter has closed, Spirit will sometimes come and tell you why it did. Sometimes, right? Sometimes Spirit will, or just like sometimes Spirit will just infuse me with this really good feeling. Sometimes Spirit will infuse me with this really good feeling of just like I'll feel antsy and giddy, and I'm just like, ooh, like what's on the way? Like I can feel that something is like coming, right? Like it just almost like when you're excited about a trip or like someone's about to call you, like that's how, like when you've been expecting a call or like you're excited for your friend to come, right? Like I'll just get these giddy feelings and I'm just like, that's Spirit work, like that's my ancestors, that's Spirit, that's people up in the astral working on something for me and I'm excited, right? And so when Spirit gives you that, whatever that might be, that kind of promise, that anticipation, that loving trust, right? That's like, ooh, okay, I feel it, right? I know I'm being moved into something better. Tell me more about this Judgment card, Spirit. I'm going to keep this under 20 minutes, y'all. Sometimes Spirit is going to ask you to release all that work you did. Wow. Going to tell you to release all that work you did, maybe on a relationship or at that job, right? Sometimes, I just saw the 9 of Swords, something that has been keeping your mind up and pacing. Sometimes Spirit is going to tell you to release that because what's for the journey ahead, you don't need that anymore. And sometimes that's so hard. You're just like, wait. All that work I did, all those things I learned, all that sacrifice I made really is what it feels like. All those thoughts that you were having about it, right? Like, should I stay? Should I go? And even just other things like you kind of strategizing, you visualizing what life might have looked like at that job or in that relationship or in your life or with your children, right? Sometimes our children do things. I'm not a parent, but sometimes our children do things and you had all that, you put in all this work into your children and now Spirit is asking you to move away from that and just allow and to trust their journey and your own journey. And sometimes that's really hard to let go of. But we must. All that work was for that part of the journey. Good job. Like, it wasn't for naught. 8 of Pentacles just came out. Exactly. It's not for naught. It's not for nothing. It's for this. It's for emotional fulfillment. It's for getting your desires. It's for being a winner. It's for getting your projects to completion. It's to getting your life to completion. So, sure you have to release some stuff, but it's not for naught. Remember what you want. Remember what you truly want. And I don't know why I'm thinking about parents again, but, when we try to bind ourselves to what we want our kids to look like, you're dishonoring their own personal power. You know what I mean? Let them stand in their personal power too. In their truths at that time, right? Let them face their own judgment. You know, it's not for you to judge. It's not for you to judge. Sorry, I thought I like saw like this weird line coming through. All right, last but not least, ooh, King of Cups. Yeah, like I said, emotional fulfillment, emotional maturity. This is all for emotional maturity. These things that we have to let go of, these things that we have to see through, these things that we, that we have to let go of. It's for emotional maturity. It's for emotional responsibility. Because when we, what did one of these cards say? It said when you go through your own stuff, you create your own compassion, King of Cups. And you create your own source of personal wisdom. It's from this energy oracle deck. One of those, one of the cards said that today. You know, when, you know, nothing's not for nothing. You know, all these troubles, it's not for nothing. Stop thinking that just because you have to walk away means it's a loss. It's not. Embrace the all. It's not for nothing. It's for new beginnings. It's for rebirth. Come on now. This work is not for nothing. Please know that. It's for new beginnings. It's for chapters closing and beginning. It's for things coming full circle. It's for deeper connection to spirit. Is for your purpose. Now you can show other people the way, or try, you know what I mean? Trying your best effort, right? Because people have to go through their own journey, have to go through their own loss and their own forgiveness and own judgment, right? But when you have compassion, when you see somebody and you're like, I see that you can't let this go. And I understand, but I also understand what it feels like when I allow spirit. When I allow spirit, I know that it brings new emotional fulfillment, new ideas, new partners, new partnerships, a deeper connection with self, a deeper love, a universal love, agape love. I know when I allow spirit, I allow completions to come to an end. I allow justice. I allow rebirth. Because I don't believe in getting in the way of spirit anymore. Because I know spirit got me because I trust. Because I trust in my personal desires, and I trust that spirit wants those personal desires to be actualized here on earth. Because that's what spirit wants. Our ancestors want us to be fulfilled. I have learned that so much with my grandma passing. She's been such a powerful ancestor for me, and she wants me to be so good. Like, that's all she wants. That's all she wants. She wants me to know that I'm good enough. And spirit wants you to know that you're good enough. Wants this for you. Okay? It wants your desires fulfilled. Okay? It wants you emotionally mature and responsible. Right? Because when we walk away from stuff, we also learn emotional responsibility. We also learn more about ourselves. We learn to be non-attached. We learn to just observe and not, judge ourselves too harshly, right? When we learn to walk away, we learn grace. When we learn to walk away, we embrace grace. We allow grace. When we learn to release and let what needs to die like my pathos plant, we see all of the open doors. We see that there is new life that can be made. We see that we can be more fulfilled. Walking away doesn't mean losing. Sometimes it just means getting more of what we want. So embrace change. Embrace the release. Embrace the winters. And watch the bountiful summers and springs find you. Ashe. Love and light to you guys.